This lecture is about the histology of uterus. Uterus is a pear-shaped hollow organ with thick muscular wall. It has three layers. The outer layer is known as perimetrium, which forms the serous coat of the organ. In the middle lies the myometrium, which is the thickest layer of the uterus, and inner layer is known as endometrium, which forms the mucosa of the uterus. The perimetrium is composed of mesothelial lining of simple squamous cells and underlying connective tissue, which is rich in blood vessels and elastic fibers. Deep to the perimetrium lies the myometrium. The myometrium is composed of numerous bundles of smooth muscle fibers, and these smooth muscle fibers are separated by interstitial connective tissue. The muscle fibers are arranged in three ill-defined layers. The inner layer and outer layer is composed of longitudinally arranged smooth muscle fibers, while the thicker middle layer is composed of smooth muscle fibers which are arranged circularly or spirally. The middle layer also has numerous blood vessels, and these blood vessels are known as arcuate arteries. The arcuate arteries give rise to radial branches, and this radial branch gives rise to straight arteries and spiral arteries, which supply the endometrium. Now the innermost layer, that is known as endometrium, and the endometrium is composed of lining epithelium, which is simple columnar epithelium, and some cells may be ciliated, and thick lamina propria. The lining epithelium extends downward in the lamina propria to form glands, and these glands are known as uterine glands. These are simple tubular glands. In the basal part, some glands may show branching. The lamina propria of the endometrium is rich in fibroblast cells and ground substance. The endometrium can be divided into two zones. The deeper zone is known as stratum basalis, which lies adjacent to the myometrium, and it contains lamina propria and closed tips of the uterine glands. And superficial layer is known as stratum functionalis, which is thicker layer. The stratum functionalis contains the surface epithelium, the uterine glands, and lamina propria. The stratum functionalis undergoes cyclical changes during menstrual cycle, while the stratum basalis remains unchanged during menstrual cycle. The endometrium has numerous blood vessels, and these are straight arteries and spiral arteries. The straight arteries supply the stratum basalis, while the spiral arteries supply the stratum functionalis. Just beneath the epithelium, the spiral arteries form capillary plexus. The endometrium undergoes monthly cyclical changes in thickness and histological features due to ovarian hormones, and these changes can be divided into three phases: the proliferative phase, secretory phase, and third is menstrual phase. First, coming to the proliferative phase. This picture shows the proliferative phase of the endometrium. The proliferative phase begins on the fifth day of the menstrual cycle after menstrual bleeding has stopped. This phase is characterized by the repair of the damaged endometrium. This phase is under the influence of estrogen secreted by developing ovarian follicles. In the beginning of this phase, the thickness of the endometrium is 0.5 millimeter. Now, in this phase, what happens? The stratum functionale begins to increase in thickness by the proliferation of the stratum basalis, which does not damage during the menstrual flow, which remains intact. So, from the basalis layer, the functionalis layer is formed. The uterine glands in this phase are straight with narrow lumen. The spiral arteries are seen in the deeper region of the endometrium, and the lamina propria is cellular in the upper region and it resembles mesenchymal tissue, while in the basal region the connective tissue is more compact. At the end of this phase, the endometrial thickness becomes 2 to 3 mm. This phase lasts up to 14th day of the menstrual cycle when ovulation occurs. Second phase is secretory phase, and this phase starts after ovulation, and this is under control of progesterone and estrogen, mainly the progesterone hormone secreted by the corpus luteum. In this phase, the uterine glands become highly coiled and their lumen is dilated. Tortuous and sawtooth appearance because of the hypertrophy of these uterine glands. These glands start secreting glycoprotein and glycogen, and these secretions are filled in their lumen. The lamina propria becomes edematous. The spiral arteries become elongated and they become highly coiled and thick walled, and they extend up to the upper portion of the endometrium, that is up the stratum functionalis. At the end of this phase, the endometrium becomes very thick, about 6 to 7 millimeter in thickness. All the changes in this phase occur to prepare the endometrium for the implantation. The third phase is menstrual phase. Clinically, the menstrual phase is the beginning of the cycle because the first day of the menstrual bleeding is considered as the first day of the menstrual cycle. But actually, this phase is the third phase after the secretory phase. When fertilization and implantation does not occur, the corpus luteum undergoes atresia. So there is decrease in the levels of progesterone and estrogen. So the changes in the menstrual phase are due to decline in these hormones. The spiral arteries which supply the stratum functionalis are very sensitive to the progesterone hormone. So when the progesterone hormone level declines, the spiral arteries undergo constriction, and this constriction leads to ischemia of the stratum functionalis, which causes ischemic necrosis of the stratum functionalis, and finally this layer is sloughed off. Now the spiral arteries open and blood flows through the necrotic tissue that causes bleeding from the spiral arteries into the stroma. So the menstrual flow contains blood, the degenerated fragments of the stratum functionalis, and uterine fluid. Thus, in the menstrual phase, the stratum functionalis layer is shed off while the stratum basalis layer remains intact. Why it happens? Because the stratum basalis is supplied by the straight arteries, and these straight arteries are not that sensitive to the change in the progesterone hormone secretion. That's why the stratum basalis remains, and in this stratum basalis forms the stratum functionalis in the next cycle, in the next proliferative phase. The spiral arteries become necrotic, and only the deeper parts of the spiral arteries remain in the stratum basalis. The menstrual bleeding occurs for 4 to 5 days, then the next proliferative phase starts. So, to summarize the identifying features of uterus, the uterus has three layers. The outer layer is perimetrium, which is serosa coating of the uterus. In the middle lies the thick myometrium, which is composed of smooth muscle fibers arranged in three layers. The outer and inner layer is longitudinal, while the middle layer is circular. The innermost layer is endometrium, which has simple columnar epithelium, and there is thick lamina propria. The epithelium dips in the lamina propria to form long tubular uterine glands. The endometrium is divided into two zones, stratum basalis and superficial stratum functionalis. The stratum basalis is supplied by the straight arteries, while the stratum functionalis is supplied by the spiral arteries. In the proliferative phase, what happens? The glands are straight with narrow lumen, and spiral arteries are seen in the deeper part of the endometrium, and the endometrium thickness is 2 to 3 mm at the end of the proliferative phase. In the secretory phase, the endometrium thickness is 6 to 7 millimeter. So endometrium becomes very thick in this phase, and uterine glands become highly coiled, dilated, and tortuous with sawtooth appearance, and secretions are seen in their lumen, and these secretions have glycogen and glycoprotein. And the spiral arteries also become highly coiled and thick walled, and they extend up to the upper part of the endometrium to supply the stratum functionalis. And finally, in the menstrual phase, because of the constriction of the spiral arteries, the stratum functionalis undergoes ischemic necrosis, and it degenerates and is shed off with menstrual bleeding. This is all about the histology of the uterus. Thank you.